Oh, hello. Sorry, we were just about to start a game of the game that should probably be one of the strongest contenders to the cutest game of all time award, because Bye Bye Black Sheep, Torsten, it looks the most amazing game. The illustrations are seriously fantastic. Firstly, please tell me a little bit, what is Bye Bye Black Sheep and how does it play?
Okay, Bye Bye Black Sheep is a game for 2 to 5 players. It's for an age of 8 years or up, and it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to win the game.
So, quick, simple, and for kids. Tell me, before we go into how it plays, tell me a little bit about the artwork, because it is very distinctive, and it is the kind of artwork that I would like children to have on their walls, because it's so utterly adorable. How did you come about the artist and doing the whole art direction for the game?
Okay, my prototype, of course, did not look like this. It was a very, very simple one with just some icons on it, some numbers. But I could convince the publisher to publish it because he saw the gameplay and liked it very much, so he wanted to make a nice game of it. And then the publisher searched for an artist who could make all these nice animals, and he found Magda Markowska.
Okay.
She's from Poland.
Yeah.
And she made this very, very beautiful artwork, which and when I saw it, I mean, she started to draw with one and another animal, and when I thought, oh, we found it so nice, and then she continued, and I could see every animal, so every day or second day, I got a new one, and it was wonderful.
I know Magda's work from all the games, and she's just so nailed it with this one. Absolutely nailed it. But let's go into the depth of it. How does Bye Bye Black Sheep play?
Yeah, every player gets some cards on his hand, and every player also has a black sheep on his hand and some special cards maybe. The player who has petted an animal recently start the game, and he draws cards from the other players.
Okay.
So, for example, if I would start the game, I could just draw cards from you and put all the cards here at the watering hole. And the cards first, or the animals first, all come to the watering hole. And I can continue to draw cards from any other player like I want here. And okay, now I have already drawn 4 cards. Then I can stop drawing. That means that I can take all the cards, but on my hand. But additionally, I'm allowed to put some cards into my zoo. And the aim of the game is to build my own zoo with triplets of animals. So, like you can see here, I have already drawn 3 polar bears. So the aim of the game is, if you play it with 4 or 5 players, is to have 3 triplets in your zoo. Then you win. But how to get these animals into my zoo now? Okay, if I have several cards here at the watering hole, I can take 2 cards, as you can see here. If there are 4 cards at the watering hole, I'm allowed to put 2 cards into my zoo. So I take all the cards and then I put these 2 cards into my zoo. That's it. That was my turn, and then it's the turn of the next player. The other player can also draw cards. Let's say you have drawn some cards here from the other players, but it's always a risk to draw more cards, because you want to draw as many cards as you can, because the more cards you have drawn and the more cards are at the watering hole, the more cards you are allowed to put into your zoo. But if you draw a black sheep from anyone, you have to take all the cards in your hand, but you don't have you are not allowed to put any cards into your zoo. So no one, of course, wants to draw a black sheep. Yeah, that's the main rules. But additionally to these rules, there are some special cards with special features. For example, there is an eagle. If you draw an eagle like this one, then you may ask any of the other players for a specific animal. And if he has such an animal on his hand, he just has to put it to the watering hole. So that's a way how to get your the cards that you need, because you need triplets. Yeah. There is also another, like the thieving magpie. If someone draws a thieving magpie, he is allowed to steal cards from the other zoos. So that's why it is a thieving magpie, of course. No? And there is also a mole in, like you can see here, there's a mole. And if you're lucky to draw this mole, then you may have a look into the cards of the player where you have drawn the mole from. Choose any card you like and put it to the watering hole. So that's the way how to collect different animals that you need. And if you have 3 triplets in your zoo, you win the game.
And that's it.
That's it. It's quite simple, the game, but it's very exciting, because people, of course, they want to have as many cards as possible, and they draw cards from the other players. And if you just need 1 card to fulfill the end criteria, you of course want to draw another card, but then it's a black sheep. So it's really funny to play the game. I have played it a lot, so many times with other testers before we had this nice artwork, and we had a lot of laugh. We had a lot to laugh there.
I bet you did. Now, the game obviously is available here at Spiel. After that, if people want to buy the game, how can they do it?
Yeah, okay, here at the Spiel, okay, you can buy it. Afterwards, we have to see, because we are still looking for publisher in other countries. So we are happy if we would be happy if we can find other publishers for other countries. And another game that Jolly Thinkers published in the last years were the Pick a Pig, Pick a Dog series, and there we found 14 other publishers in 14 different countries, and so of course we hope that we will find other publishers in other countries for this game too.
Fingers crossed. So you know, viewers, you have something to do with this as well. If you start to ask for this game to your stores, to your publishers, to your distributors, they will take a look at it. So please go for it, because seriously, just having these gorgeous cards should be more than enough of a reason to want to buy the game. If on top of that we have a great looking, gorgeous, lovely to play game, Why wouldn't you want to? So go ahead and ask for it. We have to see this in other countries. We must.
Yes, that's what I think too. Let's hope. Yes, yes.
Best of luck with that, Torsten. Thank you very much indeed.
I thank you.